Good evening, fourth year students. This is a very short video concerning our lecture in Victorian poetry that we have taken today. This is a lecture for those who couldn't attend the Zoom meeting. Just a brief review of what we have taken today. So we were talking today about Victorian poetry. We took introduction about this period. What did we say in the lecture today? We said that it is named, this period, we are talking about a period of history. It is named after Queen Victoria. It refers to the 63-year period from 1837 to 1901 that marked the reign of England's Queen Victoria. This is Queen Victoria. See, she ruled 63 years, and the period through which she was ruling was named after her. And also the literature of this period also is called Victorian literature, Victorian poetry, Victorian novels, etc. So the Victorian age is considered to be a bridge between Romanticism and our modern age. So the last year you studied Romantic poetry, you studied Romanticism. Romanticism, if you remember, was mainly concerned with imagination, nature, escaping from reality. But in the Victorian age, here we'll notice that there is something different in dealing with everyday problems, in dealing with life in general. But when we speak about the Victorian age, it is the age which came in between Romanticism and modern times. What is the most important event in this period? The Industrial Revolution. Okay, the Industrial Revolution, الثورة الصناعية, had created profound economic and social changes. احنا تناقشنا اليوم بالمحاضرة أنه صارت أكو تغيرات اجتماعية واقتصادية كبيرة بالمجتمع. What kind of changes that Industrial Revolution caused? We said that people started to leave countryside and move to cities in order to work in factories. And this resulted in the emergence of large industrial cities, like, for example, Manchester, like Liverpool. Hundreds of thousands of workers had migrated to industrial towns where they made up a new kind of working class. طبعا هاي التغيرات أدت إلى ظهور طبقات اجتماعية جديدة اللي هي عندنا working class, middle class, upper class. So we have a new division of classes in society because of the new development that happened there. What about the conditions of working? For example, here we know of the fact that the wages were extremely low, but the hours of working were very long. You see, people, or let's say workers, had to work for more than 14 hours a day, but they were paid very low wages. And if they were women and children, they would be paid even lesser wages. يعني الأطفال والنساء يقبضون أجور أقل من الرجال. If we speak more about women did not have access to education, and they were never given the right to vote or inherit. يعني خلينا نقول النساء ممكن خلينا نقول بعد هاي الفترة بوقت معين يلا بدأوا يحصلون على هاي الحقوق اللي هي شنو؟ access to education. Women were not allowed to go to colleges or universities. They were expected to be in their homes, let's say taking care of their houses, of their families. Even if they want to learn anything, for example, languages or anything like that, they would learn it inside their homes. They were not allowed to go to colleges or to get degrees from universities. Also, they were not given the right to vote in elections, and they would not be able to inherit any property or money from their families. Okay. طبعا أيضا أكو هنا نقطة مهمة اللي هي شنو قلنا child labor. حتى الأطفال أيضا كانوا يعملون في ظروف صعبة وخطرة. يعني they were working in, for example, mines, chimneys, very difficult works for young children. But it was a time in which let's say even the small let's say young people were forced to work in order to provide for their living. يعني كانت عجلة التطور تدفع الناس كلهم إلى أنهم يعملون. Okay. Uh, Another thing we discussed today and which was important, the emergence of Darwinism اللي هي جاي من اسم عالم البريطاني الشهير Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin, he wrote a very significant book called The Origin of Species. He was one of those who developed the theory of evolution نظرية التطور. بعدين أطلقوا في التسمية على هاي الحركة الفكرية الناس اللي تأثروا به صار أكو فكر معين يعني ينتشر فسموه Darwinism. Darwinism contributed to the destruction of faith in English society. هذا الشيء متعلق بالإيمان والدين بشكل عام. What happened to religion and faith in the Victorian period? There was a crisis. لاحظوا هاي المصطلح. The crisis of faith. صار عندنا أزمة، صار أكو شكوك عند الناس تجاه الدين. People started to lose faith in religion, especially after they saw that religion couldn't prevent wars. Religion couldn't prevent, or let's say even the wars themselves were fought in the name of religion. So that's why they find that science can provide better solutions for mankind. It can provide progress and development, not like religion. So the crisis of faith refers to an event in the Victorian era in which much of Europe's middle class begins to doubt. Okay, صار أكو شك عندهم. What is written in the Bible? Sorry. إذا أكو شك في الكتاب المقدس نفسه يعني باعتباره هو الكتاب الديني عند المسيحيين. What is written in the Bible as a reliable source in accordance of how the universe was created. طبعا هاي كلها أيضا كان بتأثير يعني تطور العلم. مو بس جاب لنا أيضا تطور مادي، لا تطور فكري. الناس قامت تتجه إلى التفكير العلمي. See, kind of scientific thinking, believing in sciences. They were influenced by the development in the theory of evolution by Darwin, Charles Darwin, and many other scientists. يعني مو بس Charles Darwin ولكن هو الأبرز يعني. Okay, so they believed in science and scientific discoveries more than in religion. فهاي خلقت لهم أزمة. صار عندنا أزمة شنو؟ faith versus doubt. صار أكو أزمة بين الدين والشك أو الدين والعلم. هاي كانت من المسائل الأساسية جدا يعني من ندرس هاي الفترة الزمنية لازم نتطرق لهذا الموضوع. The new Victorian poet. هسه خلينا نشوف هذا شنو تأثير على الشعر. زين احنا شنو علاقة الشعر بالموضوع؟ The new Victorian poetry focused on treating society's problems rather than escaping from them like the romantic poets. Okay, so هاي كلها مشاكل وصحيح problems. Society now is facing new problems يعني women's conditions, the child labor, the social injustice, the conflicts between people from different classes. هاي كلها مشاكل اجتماعية. عندنا أيضا ظروف العمل السيئة كانوا يعني يعملون بها unhealthy, unsanitary conditions, dangerous conditions, all created different kinds of social and economic problems between people. So we cannot escape these problems. يعني Victorian poets شوفي شو يختلفون عن romantic poets. يقولون إنه هاي مشاكل المجتمع ما نقدر إحنا نغض طرف عنها. لا, we have to deal with them. We have to speak about them. We have to enlighten people about let's say how to deal with them. يعني أو حتى نخلي الأشخاص المعنيين يكون عندهم خلينا نقول فكرة عن عمق هاي المشاكل. We have to speak about these problems, not escape from them, just like the romantics did when they were escaping to nature or to imagination. Okay, so هذا كله شلون انعكس على شعرهم. They reflected in their poetry the conflicts of doubt and faith, women and children's conditions and the clash of social classes. إذن هاي كان بالمختصر فيما يتعلق بمحاضرتكم لهذا اليوم.